In the years since 9/11, the gathering and sharing of critical counterterrorism and criminal intelligence information has evolved through the development of fusion centers across the country. This has greatly aided law enforcement officials in the fight against terrorism and helps them in their efforts to keep Americans safe. Ohio's primary fusion center, the Statewide Terrorism Analysis and Crime Center, also known as the STAC, serves as Ohio's statewide intelligence hub. It functions as a resource for gathering, analyzing, and sharing quick, accurate, and actionable intelligence. The new design functions as an all-encompassing resource for its stakeholders to request support and assistance 24/7. Ohio Homeland Security's Terrorism Analysis Unit, the Ohio State Highway Patrol's Intelligence Unit, the Threat Assessment and Prevention Unit, and the Human Intelligence Unit all have specific functions that relate to collecting, analyzing, and sharing that actionable intelligence. The Terrorism Analysis Unit analyzes information that it receives through various means about terrorist-related activity across the globe. Analysts can look into suspicious activity or a suspicious individual, research open-source data, and communicate with fusion centers across the country to create links and aid local law enforcement. Upon gathering relevant information, analysts, with the goal of building intelligence, create value-added intelligence products and disseminate them to stakeholders. The work of the unit ensures that Ohio law enforcement is aware of suspicious actions or persons and can take any necessary action against them. It also helps determine if criteria is met to assist federal partners in nominating suspects to be placed on the National Terrorism Watch List. The Ohio State Highway Patrol Intelligence Unit has staff who work 24/7, answering support inquiries that come in from law enforcement agencies across the state. The Patrol Intel Unit provides real-time assistance with crashes, open cases, and traffic stops. It can also obtain phone numbers, search and monitor social media, find an individual's location, search records, and answer questions. Additionally, the unit creates intelligence products to distribute to appropriate personnel, agencies, and entities across the country. Analysts are available to assist any law enforcement agency in Ohio or across the country. There is no cost to outside agencies associated with the Intel Unit services. The Threat Assessment and Prevention Unit is staffed by personnel who specialize and are trained in school and workplace threat assessment and violence prevention. The unit collaborates with the Center for P20 Safety and Security to answer the Safer Schools tip line. When a tip is called or texted in, unit personnel analyze and forward information about potential threats to schools, particular students, or workplaces. Depending on a tip's severity, the information is sent to either local authorities who can act immediately, or it's sent to various stakeholders whose employees will work with school administration to address the tip so nothing falls through the cracks. The unit's analysts also conduct threat assessments for events where dignitaries, executives, or federal protectees will be in attendance. The Human Intelligence Unit collects information from various human sources, including the general public, business owners, and leaders within the community who can add credibility and reliability to law enforcement cases, as well as alert officials of threats, trends, and potential acts of terrorism or criminal activity. The unit then works with law enforcement officers and agencies to aid in criminal investigations, answer questions, requests for information, and requests for support that come into the STAC from across the country. Working alongside the STAC's intelligence units are two 24/7 watch components, one operated by the Ohio State Highway Patrol and the other by the Ohio Emergency Management Agency. The Ohio State Highway Patrol Watch Desk is a command center that serves as a central contact point for coordinating statewide law enforcement efforts. The Watch Desk commander assesses communication that is received by the center and provides situational awareness to law enforcement or other partners who can utilize information to make operational decisions or prepare for events. Additionally, the Watch Desk commander serves as a statewide Amber Alert duty officer. They ensure criteria is met for the issuance of an Amber Alert and then activate systems to help recover a child. Furthermore, the Watch Desk quickly responds to requests for a multitude of state highway patrol resources that are free of charge to any law enforcement agency. Some of those include temporary vehicle barriers for event management and crowd safety, incident command assistance such as providing the mobile command vehicle or the Zumro tent, the assistance of the Special Response Team, aviation assistance such as turbine-powered helicopters with FLIR thermal imaging search cameras and a fixed-wing caravan with aerial view cameras, crash and crime scene mapping and reconstruction, hostage negotiators, human trafficking experts, and technician-level tactical responders who can work with personal protection equipment when first responders encounter meth labs or fentanyl. The other 24/7 watch component is the Ohio Emergency Management Agency Watch Office, which serves as an all-hazards monitoring system for the state. EMA Watch provides continuous awareness, coordination, and readiness through its analysts who evaluate a broad range of information, including open-source media and intelligence shared by local, state, and federal partners. EMA Watch personnel communicate with partners throughout the day to disseminate analyzed information, whether it's through twice-daily reports or, as an incident requires, through ad hoc communication with regional, county, or state EMA officials. Local partners can also request state resources directly through the Watch Office, including mobile cooling units and truckloads of water bottles, making it far easier for local partners to get the resources they need when they need them. Partnerships play a vital role in the successful operations at the STAC. From local, state, and federal government partners to private sector partners as well. The Intelligence Liaison Officer Program is designed to increase local, state, and federal collaboration against terrorism through building local relationships. Intelligence Liaison Officers work as channels of information between the STAC, other law enforcement, the private sector, the general public, and government entities. When suspicious activity reports are received, ILOs and STAC analysts will work together to produce links and facilitate cases. ILOs are volunteers from one of the following professions: law enforcement, fire, corrections, education, emergency management, the military, public health, transportation, and private security. The Ohio Association of Chiefs of Police and the Buckeye State Sheriff's Association each have liaisons assigned to the STAC. Their role is to promote information sharing between local, state, and federal agencies in order to help prevent terrorism and criminal activity. The liaisons meet with police chiefs, sheriffs, and their employees in all 88 Ohio counties to share criminal and terrorism trends, gather relevant information, issues, and concerns, and help coordinate resources and assets that are available to local law enforcement agencies. By communicating with local law enforcement and explaining what assistance is available, these liaisons can introduce critical assets to partners who may have not otherwise known that they are accessible. These officers play a very important role in bridging information gaps for local law enforcement partners. The Columbus Police and Fire Counterterrorism Unit works directly within the STAC and is embedded within the Human Intelligence Unit. The unit accepts calls 24/7 solely from officers who believe that a crime they're investigating may have a nexus to terrorism. Members of the unit will then immediately investigate, or a report will be sent to a team of analysts in the Counterterrorism Unit and the STAC for analysis. To help deter terrorism, the unit builds relationships with members of the community and with houses of worship. Additionally, it provides presentations to congregations, community members, and public agencies about their roles in the process. Furthermore, the unit collaborates with other first responder agencies while preparing for large events such as parades, concerts, and festivals. The Ohio Public-Private Partnership, or OP3, is a partnership of businesses, associations, nonprofit organizations, state and local government agencies, and colleges and universities that provide the opportunity for all partners to engage in crisis disaster protection, planning, response, and recovery efforts. Collaborating with OP3 and its member organizations allows the STAC to take a different approach to partnerships. The partnership provides current information and situational awareness, which help partner organizations make decisions and obtain resources to best support the needs of their community. Information about disasters is always available through state situation reports, which cover power outages, road closures, commodity shortages, emergency planning guides, and more. Most importantly, though, OP3 allows members of the private sector to network with one another. So in the case of a disaster, they'll have more connections outside of their immediate community who could help. Stakeholders have access to even more resources through the stack. There are several sides to investigating cybercrimes. The Ohio State Highway Patrol's Computer Crimes Unit covers the technical side. It collects digital evidence, whether it's a cell phone or information off of the cloud, from any type of crime scene or traffic stop. Then, analysts within the unit work to extract evidence that can be used to provide key information to investigators, such as where an individual was at a certain time, an individual's location based on GPS data, or a message that was sent before or after a crime was committed. Ohio Homeland Security's Cybersecurity Center covers the analytical side. Analysts at the center focus on protecting the state and the nation from threats such as online hacking groups that have either some type of threat potential or deliver certain types of malware. The Cybersecurity Center analyzes all aspects of hacking groups, including who and what the groups target, and whether the malware they use is new or has been utilized in the past. Additionally, analysts with the Cybersecurity Center produce awareness bulletins based on new trends, new targets, new groups that pose a potential threat, and recent attacks. Analysts then distribute the bulletins to other cyber centers across the nation. Since 2014, the Ohio Homeland Security's Explosive Detection Canine program has provided an extra measure of safety and security for partners and the general public. The program consists of 8 dogs specially trained in explosive detection that are located throughout the state at various universities and at Ohio Homeland Security. They can be utilized for protective sweeps at large events like football games, concerts, or military deployments, where the dogs search the area for explosives beforehand. The dogs are also available to investigate bomb threats at schools, workplaces, or other venues. Even though they aren't often seen or heard while they do their work, the explosive detection canines make Ohio safer for everyone. To protect Ohio's critical infrastructure, as well as key resources and assets, Ohio Homeland Security's Infrastructure Protection Unit provides security assessments. Unit personnel identify threats or vulnerabilities in infrastructure by reviewing a facility's security measures and writing an assessment of strengths and weaknesses. They then provide feedback to the facility on what it can change in order to help better secure the location. The Infrastructure Protection Unit also offers the Skywatch Tower for use by local law enforcement agencies. The tower is a 30-foot mobile observation structure that provides additional situational awareness and security at large events. It has 4 pan, tilt, and zoom cameras that provide 360-degree views. A Homeland Security staff member is assigned to operate the tower during deployments while law enforcement officers remain on the ground to take action if necessary. Tower deployments are provided at no cost. Ohio Homeland Security's scrap metal program works to reduce statewide scrap metal theft and its effect on critical infrastructure by registering state scrap metal dealers and monitoring their daily transactions. Dealers have access to the Do Not Buy list, which includes individuals who have committed a theft-related offense and are therefore not allowed to sell scrap metal. This benefits local law enforcement and all Ohioans by helping to solve cases and stop crimes by reducing theft of pipes, air conditioners, and other critical infrastructure. To request the following assets or resources, call the Ohio State Highway Patrol Watch Desk at 614-799-6633.